Okay, good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? Okay. So we start with the first lecture. Thank you for replying me on the chat. Okay. So we'll just have a recap for the first lecture that the introduction of TCS. Yeah, I think you know now the TCS is a subject like then it is a theory of computer science, and we are going to study in this subject these different types of machines. The machines are basic machine, finite state machine, push down machine, and Turing machine. Okay. So we are going to learn about this designing of these machines, and today my objective is to understand about FSM by taking sample programs. Okay. Um, so here, so we say that there are the first we will see about the basic machine and finite state machine. Basic machine, they don't ask anything about basic machine in the exam, but we should know the introduction of basic machine, that what is meant by a basic machine. Basic machine is just a mapping function from input set I to the output set O. Okay. Uh, where I is a capital I indicates that it is a set of input symbols. Okay. Basic, this is a diagram of a basic machine. Basic machine is nothing but a function. It is just a function which you write in your language, like a programming language such as C or Python. It is just a mapping function. It maps your input set of symbols I, means any input I, to the corresponding output O. Like in the function, what you do in the function, you provide in the function you provide the input, and you get the output. Okay. So it is the most primitive machine. It is concerned with only capital I and capital O. It behaves like a function that maps your input set I to the output set O. and it has only the machine function. Okay, so this is an important thing here. It has only the machine function which shows what kind of output you are going to get, and there is no state function, means there are no state transitions. Okay, the example of basic machine is a logic gate here as shown in this diagram. This logic gate, and the machine function for the logic gate is I into S is equal to O, where I is the input set of symbols and O is the output set of symbols. Okay, are you understanding? If you're not understanding, you can raise your hand, unmute, and ask me. Okay. Hello. Can you hear me now? Okay. So here, what we are doing is that this is for attendance. I'm getting used to this particular tool. It's difficult to understand. Sometimes it is giving me some different kind of look and feel. Okay, now it is correct. Okay, just have a recap. We are studying about basic machine. Basic machine is just a mapping function. It maps your input to the output. For example, it can be a logic gate such as OR. Okay. Now in this logic gate OR, we know that if there is any input 0, comma 0, the output is 0. For 0, 1 input, for the logic gate we get the output as 1. For 1 0 we get 1, and for 1 1 we get 1. So this is the input and this is the output. So this basic machine is just having a machine function MAF, which is indicated as MAF. So MAF is a machine function for this basic machine that shows you what is your output. So it just maps your input to the, this is your input 0 0 to the corresponding output O. So as soon as you give this input 0 0, it is a function which will map the 0 0 to the output 0. So the machine works like that. So there is no state transition. Even though the equation is I into S is equal to O. Here for basic machine, this is the equation where this capital I indicates a set, mathematical set, a set of input symbols like 0 0 first element is 0 0, second element is 0 1, third element is 1 0, and then 1 1. So there are four elements here in capital I for the logic gate. And then capital O is the set of output symbols, which indicates 1 comma 0, means your output can contain only one of these two symbols. Input can contain one of these four elements and output can contain either 0 or 1. Okay, so basic machine is just a mapping function. It will map your input to the corresponding output. Okay, that's all. So we can have the theory about it, like it is the most primitive machine, like basic, very basic machine. There is no memory to store this data. It just receives the input and it maps it and gives you the output. So it is not stored anywhere. There is no memory, there is no processing, nothing. And it is only concerned with capital I and capital O, where capital I is a set of input symbols and capital O is a set of output symbols. Okay, and it contains only machine function. Machine function ka equation you need to remember, I into S is equal to O. Okay, any doubt in this? You reply me on chat, because otherwise it's difficult for me to understand whether you are understanding. Okay, so now we see finite state machine. In short, like some with respect to this particular scenario, finite state machine, we can say that FSM, finite state machine, and basic machine is concerned with only I and O, but finite state machine is concerned with I, O, and S. So it is concerned with input set of symbols, it is concerned with output set of symbols, and it is also concerned with the set of finite number of states. Okay, so here everything is finite, like it is not infinite, not finite symbols, finite output symbols, and finite number of states. Okay, so what is the first difference? Basic machine is interested only in capital I and capital O, M is equal to I, O, while FSM is concerned with I, O, and S. Okay, and it has two functions. The first function is machine function, that is the equation is same, I into S is equal to O. And the second function is a state function, that is I into S is equal to S. Okay. So I think it is clear now in the at this particular level that some power to the basic machine is added, and it is FSM. Okay. In the previous lecture, I told you that you just, whenever I say machine, you need to just visualize some input tape and all. So for that, this diagram is created, and some animation is created. You don't look into the details of the animation right now. Whatever I'm telling you, only that much you remember, because it is difficult to understand why these states are transited. Okay, so that logic I'll teach you afterwards. Right now, what you have to remember is that if I say finite state machine, that means that you need to remember the first thing as input tape. A machine has a input tape. See, this input tape is a device which was used earlier days. Nowadays we have hard disk, then floppy disk, or pen drives and all to store the data. Okay. In old days, people used to have the input tape as a memory device to store the data. So this input tape is looking like this, where there are number of cells. This square box is called as a cell, and on the cell you can store the input. Okay. In this example, I have a string 100111011, and the string is stored onto the input tape. Okay, and the job of my machine is to process the string, and it has to either the accept string or it has to reject the string. Okay, you can relate this to the compiler ka syntax analyzer, where this is your sentence, and if it is properly written, the syntax, if the syntax of the sentence is correct, then machine will accept the statement, otherwise it will reject the statement and it will give you the syntax error. Okay, any doubt in this? Okay, we are assuming that there is an input string such as a statement here, or a string made up of multiple symbols stored onto the input tape, where input tape is a device. And the size of the input tape is, we assume that it is infinite. That's why these dot 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 are there. So this left hand side string is already processed. It is not used. Now it is, FSM is not going to consider this left hand side. It is already processed, and whatever is there to the right hand side will be accessed by your machine. So your input is stored onto the input tape. Okay, similar to input tape, we can have the output tape where the machine can keep the output symbols. Okay, but right now for simplicity I'm taking the example of only input tape. So what is the first thing that you have to remember for finite state machine? That finite state machine has a input tape as a device where your input is stored, and this tape is a infinite. The length of the tape is infinite. We can go on storing any kind of big string, and the size is not limited. The size of the input tape is infinite, like lots of memory is available to you. Then the second thing that you have to remember is that there is a read head. This head is this square box is a head, read head, which can access the cell of the input tape. This is a particular cell where one bit of information is stored. So here one cell contains one bit of information. So the capacity of read head is to read the cell, the data which is there onto the cell. After reading the data, by default for finite state machine, it can move only in the right direction. Okay, so I'm saying that machine is initially it is in the state Q0. The third thing that you have to remember that this finite state machine has state function also. That means it has multiple states, and we assume that initially the state is Q0. So machine is in the state Q0, and this read head is ready to read the first symbol which is stored onto the input tape. Now how this machine works, after reading the symbol, by default it will go to the right side, and now the symbol 1 is processed by the machine, and by default it has gone to right, and now it is ready to read the next symbol 0. Even you can see that the state of the machine is changed. It was Q0, and then it is becoming now Q1. Like there is a push button of your fan regulator, and if you press the button as a push operation, then it changes the state. It becomes, it was off, now it is on. So like this, the state is changing. So we are giving the names of the states as Q0, Q1. So after reading the first symbol, it is going to the next state, that is Q1. And now the read head is ready to read the next symbol, that is 0. Okay. Now after reading the 0, it may transit and it may go back to the state Q0. Now again it is ready to read the next symbol, that is 0. After reading this 0, it may go, it will keep on going to the right side. It will go to the right direction, read head, and now it is ready to read the next symbol, that is 1. After reading this one, it will again, because there is already the transition for 1, so by following this path, it will reach to the state Q1. Now here with 1, it may go to the next state. Again there is 1, so it may, now it may go to Q2. Now with 0, it will go to the initial state, then again 1, and then again 1. Okay, so like why this particular diagram and what it is doing, that we will study afterwards. Right now what you have to consider, because it is difficult for me to teach you this at this moment, but what you have to visualize that is that finite state machine means there is an input tape where the input symbols are stored. There is a read head, and the read head can read the symbol and it goes to the right side till the string ends, and then the states are transited. Okay, now any doubt in this? Others? Okay, so we will take one example to understand. So such kind of example is asked in the exam for 10 marks. First question, that is compulsory question in your paper, that design the finite state machine for testing the divisibility by 3 for decimal numbers. Okay. So before like once you understand this particular problem, it is very easy for you to understand the subject. So that's why I'm taking this problem in the first lecture. Are you understanding the problem? The problem is divisibility by 3 tester. Design a finite state machine which will take the input as a decimal number, and it will divide the number by 3, and if the number is divisible by 3, decimal number is divisible by 3, then it gives the answer as yes. And if the number is not divisible by 3, then it will give you the answer as n. Okay, so can anyone tell me, like mm, Aditi, please unmute yourself, and just can you repeat what is the problem that we are going to study?
Hello.
Hmm.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It is key. You have to take an input and we have to divide the input by 3. And if it is divisible, then the problem will be accepted. Like the number will be accepted. If not, then it will be.
Okay, okay. So you understood. So you understood the basic machine part? Like what is basic machine and
Yes,
finance?
please.
Huh. Okay, then we'll continue. Thank you. Okay, so we are solving a problem, designing problem. Okay, where it is clearly mentioned in the problem is that it is a decimal number, and you have to divide the decimal number by 3, and if it is divisible, say yes, otherwise no. Okay. So now whenever see, in case of this particular subject, what happens is that if you are solving your problem, and if even if the answer is correct, and if the question is there for 10 marks, but if you are not representing your answer in a proper steps, then you may get 8 marks out of 10. Even if I give you 10 marks, moderator may reduce your marks, and you will get 8 marks, and unnecessarily you are losing your marks. And this is something a mathematical kind of subject, so it's very it's scoring. If you study it properly, you can get 10 out of 10 marks. So that's why I have written down here all the steps for every problem. um, for every problem I for every problem I am creating this step by step procedure. Okay, so for FSM, just before understanding about the design, just remember that your first step is always to write the definition of FSM. What is FSM? Because you are solving the problem, so tell the examiner that what you know that what is FSM. So write down the first step as a definition of FSM. Write down the second step as a logic, like what is your logic, because it is your design, and if it is your design, then you may have your own way of thinking. everyone's design will be different. There may be multiple answers for the same question. Okay, so second step is about the logic. You explain your logic, your symbols, and what is your convention of naming conventions, what are the variable names that you explain, and explain your logic. So first step is about the definition of FSM, and the second step is about explaining the logic. Third step is that you need to show the implementation. In the implementation, you will show it with the help of a transition table. These are two tables. So you will show the transition tables, and then you will draw the diagram, transition diagram also. Okay, so both of these things are same. This transition table, if you interpret it, it is a diagram, or if it is a diagram, you can interpret it and represent it in the form of a table. Both are actually showing the same thing, that is implementation. So it is a step 3 and step 4, transition table and transition diagram. Okay. So let's see like how to go about the design. Now let's visit your problem again, read the problem again, that it is a decimal number and you have to divide it by 3. Okay, so the definition of FSM is that FSM is a machine, like with you remember the previous diagram of your input tape. FSM is a machine which consists of finite set of states S. Like these are the states Q0, Q1, Q2. These are the states. So here set finite state machine is a machine that consists of finite set of states S. It is a set of states that alters, means that changes on receiving input set of symbols I to produce the output set of symbols O. So FSM will take the input and will generate the output. Okay. So any doubt in this definition? Reply me on chat. I'm not able to understand whether you are listening or not. Okay, finite state machine. No means no doubt, as right. Okay. Okay. So, so here, the finite state machine consists of a finite set of states S that alters on receiving input symbol I to produce the output set of symbols O. So there are two functions, state function and machine function. And state function, so I'll explain you the meaning of this with respect to diagram. State function means that machine is in the state S. Upon receiving any input I, it goes to the new state, that is from S. Okay. For example, machine is in the state Q0. Upon receiving the input symbol 0, it is going to the new state, that is 0. Or we can say that machine is in the state Q1. Upon receiving the input symbol 1, it will go to the new state Q2. So in this diagram, the previous state is 1, Q1. Upon receiving the input symbol 1, like machine was in the state Q1, and if it is reading 1, it is going to the new state, that is Q2. Okay. Or if machine is in the state Q1, if it receives the input symbol 0, it is going to the new state, that is Q0. So this is called as a state function. Okay, so state, that's why it is written here S into I is equal to S, where this S is a previous state with receiving input symbol such as 0 or 1, it is going to the new state, that is Q1. Okay, so this is about state function. Machine function is S into I is equal to capital O. That is with machine is in the particular state. Here it is not with output. Okay, like here in this case, machine is in the state Q0 with the input 0369. It is generating the output as Y. Okay, so what is happening here? Machine, suppose this is, you assume that you are studying about or concentrating on this particular node. So we say that machine is in the state Q0. Upon receiving the input 0 or 3 or 6 or 9, it goes to the new state, that is Q0, that is the state function, and it generates the output symbol capital Y, that is the machine function. Okay, so this is also represented with the help of a table, like QS is a starting state. So you are in the state QS. Upon receiving 0369, like here it is mentioned in this flow, 0369. So in the state Q0, this indicates the states. QS, all these are states. So always when you write the table, this left hand side is S and horizontally you represent your input. So we say that machine is in the state QS or machine is in the state Q0. Upon receiving this input 0369, it is generating the output as capital Y because it is divisible by 3. And in the state function, machine is in the state Q0. Upon receiving this input 0369, the new state is Q0. So it remains in the same state. Q0 was the previous state, new state is Q0. Or if it is in the state Q0, upon receiving the input 1, 4 or 7, any one of them, it is going to the new state that is Q1. Okay, so that's what I want to say here. So, so what is the first step? First step is to define the finite state machine. This is the definition. Always each and every problem, you have to write this definition because you are designing FSM. You need to tell the examiner that what is meant by FSM. So FSM is a machine where it has a finite set of states and the states are transited upon receiving some input and it can produce the output. Okay, and you just tell mathematically that it has two functions, state function and machine function, where state function is STF, that is S into I is equal to S and S into I is equal to O, where S, I and O, these are mathematical sets. Okay, so this is about the definition. Now decide about the logic. Now I have to design FSM. So if I have to design the FSM, I need to find out the values of capital I, capital S and capital O. That is my answer. Okay. Designing means I have to identify these values and I have to draw the diagram to show the working of the machine. Okay. So from this particular problem, now it is very easy to understand what is input I, because in the problem they are saying that input is a decimal number. So if input is a decimal number, then my symbol, which can be there on the tape, can be either 0 or 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. Like on this tape, the number is stored. Suppose my number is 399 and I want to check that whether it is divisible by 3 or not. So here on the input tape, you will have 3, 9 and 9 stored. Okay, so that's why you can say that input is a decimal number. So we can define the set of input symbols are either it can be your number is made up of all these symbols. So there are 10 symbols because decimal number system contains 10 symbols. So your number is made up of the combination of these symbols. So your number can be 9, 5, 953 or 256 or 367, or it can be 1500. Like this, the number is your input is made up of combination of all the symbols. It is a string. These are the symbols. When you combine all the symbols together, you get a string. And your number, decimal number, will be stored in the form of a string on this input table. Like it can be 1500, which you want to check whether it is divisible by 3 or not. Okay, so I think it is clear. In identifying input is very easy in this case. Okay. Now we have to identify, can we identify O? We can think about it. So the question is about divisibility by 3. So it will either say yes or no. So that's why I'm using the symbols capital Y and capital N, and my output set of symbol will contain two symbols, Y and N. So if the number is divisible by 3, I'll say that it is generating Y. Otherwise, it will say no. Okay, so Y and N to represent my output. And now I can also think in this particular problem, I can think in advance that how many states are there. Otherwise, for normally, this number of states are not known in advance. Okay, we cannot identify how many states are there. We will have to draw this diagram and then we identify that is okay, this many states are there. But for this particular problem, we can identify the number of states in advance because the question is like that. So I'll say that I'll have the initial state as QS. Machine will start from the start state. It is not compulsory to have separate dedicated start state. Okay, you can even someone can design the same problem without QS, and he may have only 3 states, Q0, Q1, and Q2. But here, for simplicity, for the first problem, I'm taking this initial state also. Okay. So we defined the initial state as QS in my problem. And then because this is my design, so I'm free to design what I think, and but only I have to ensure at the end that my design should be correct one. Okay, now I'll identify the other remaining states. I'll say that I have the state q0. Zero indicates, so I'm using the proper naming conventions. Q0 is used to show the remainder as zero. Okay, any number will be divided by 3. If the remainder is zero, then it is divisible. And so I'll say that Q0 is a state which indicates that if the number is divided by 3 and if the remainder is equal to 0, then it is a Q0 state. And if the remainder is 1, the machine should be there in the Q1 state. And if the remainder is 2, then machine should be there in the state Q2. Okay, so I have identified 3 states. Q0 to indicate 0 remainder, Q1 to indicate 1 remainder, and Q2 to indicate 2 remainder. Okay, so what is my capital S? Capital S will contain total 4 states. QS is the initial state, Q0 is the final state because remainder is 0, means the number is divisible by 3, and this is the state where the output symbol will be generated as capital Y. Okay, because the remainder is 0. And for Q1 and Q2, the output symbol will be generated is equal to no, and 1 Q1 to 1 remainder, and Q2 is 2 remainder. Okay, so we'll just have a recap of this particular slide. For designing of FSM, write down the definition. These two things are important, STF and machine function. You need to remember these equations, and then explain your logic. You have to design FSM. That means you need to identify the value of capital S, capital S, capital O, and capital I, and you have to show the working. So here we have identified, for this particular problem, we have identified I, O, and S, but otherwise S, it's not possible to identify S in advance. You have to design and then you can identify how many states are there. Okay, I think this is clear. Now we'll see that how to design this machine. Okay, so now here I have created this animation to show you how to design. So I'll say that my initial state is QS. Okay, and machine is in the initial state QS. I have identified all the other 3 states. For final state, remainder is equal to 0. This will be Q0, this will be Q1, and this will be Q2. Okay, now with respect to this particular state, you need to draw the transitions. Okay, in this transitions, now assume that there are total 10 symbols, 0 to 9. Okay, assume that now there is a symbol called as 0. 0 is, if your number is 0, then 0 divided by 3 is equal to, it's divisible, so it should go to the state Q0. So if you are in the initial state, and if the number is either 0 or 3 or 6 or 9, it is divisible by 3. So machine will go start from initial state and it will reach to the state Q0. Okay, so the for single digit number, it is working. Okay, any number 3, 6, 9 or 0, it is going to the final state where the remainder is 0 and it is arrow and Y. This indicates that the output symbol generated is equal to Y. This is the input symbol, and this is the output symbol. So if your initial number is 6 divisible by 3, it will go to the initial state Q0 and the output generated is equal to Y. Okay. Now for with respect to this initial state, all these 0, 3, 6, 9 numbers are over. So what is remaining? 1, 147. So I'll say that 147, if I divide it by 3, remainder is equal to 1. So it will go to the new state, that is Q1. Okay, now again assume that you just assume that you are the machine and you are solving the problem. Okay, so assume that you are in the state QS, we are in the state QS, and now if the number 258 is there, these numbers are not divisible by 3, so output symbol is equal to n, and with 258 it will go to the new state, that is Q2. Okay, so now everything is done with respect to initial state. All the transitions are done, 0, 3, 6, 9, 147, 258, all these transitions are done for QS. So QS is over now. When we are drawing the diagram, QS is over. What is the meaning of this particular diagram right now? is that if there is 0, go to the state Q0. Number is divisible. Answer is Y. If it is 4, divide by 3, remainder is 1. So it is going to the state Q1, which indicates remainder is equal to 1, and the output symbol generated is equal to no, means it is not divisible by 3. Okay. So with respect to QS, everything is done. Now we assume that we are in the state Q0. Okay, machine is, because we have to complete the diagram for all the states. So suppose now the machine is in the Q0. How it will reach to Q0? If the number is 3, it will reach here, or if the number is 0, it will reach here, or if the number is 6, it will reach here. Now after that, suppose there is any 0, so it will be, suppose the number is 30. So 30 divided by 3 is divisible. Remainder is 0. So for that 0369, again the output will be Y, and you draw the transition here. So in the state Q0, now you have drawn the transition for 0369 as the input, and the output is Y. Okay, now again you recheck your answer. So you will start from here. Here, if the number is 9, it will go here. After that, if there is one more 9, so it is 99 divided by 3 divisible, and the output generated is equal to Y, and machine is in the state Q0, which indicates that it is, number is divisible. Okay, so for with respect to Q0, now we have done the transitions for 0369. Now in the state Q0, suppose your number is 91 and you want to divide it. So you will say that with 9, you are in the state QS initially, with 9 it will go here. Now there is 91. So remainder is 1. So where should it go? It should go to the state Q1. So I'm drawing the transition for 1, 4 or 7. It will go to the next state, that is Q1, and the output is equal to no. Number is not divisible by 3, but the remainder is 1. So we can check 67. Suppose 67 is the number. So with 6 it will reach here. With 67, remainder is equal to 1. And now it is in the state Q1. So this is done. Similar to that, if there is 62, number is 62, remainder will be 2, and it will go to the state Q2. Because it is my definition that my QS indicates initial state, Q0 indicates a state where remainder 0, Q2 is a state where remainder is always 2, and Q1 is a state which indicates remainder is equal to 1. Now for all the symbols, there are 10 symbols, no? 0, so this 4 plus 3 plus 3. All 10 symbols, all the transitions are done with Q0. So we are done with the state Q0. Now you go to the state Q1. Now in the Q1 state, if there is any 0369, then what will be your number? Like suppose you will reach Q1 from initial state with 4. So if the number is 46, after 4, if there is any 6, so then it is 46. 46 divided by 3, you get the remainder as 1. So it will remain in the same state. Okay. Now after that, if there is any 147, your number will be 44. Suppose your number is 44. So you start from here. The number is 44. 4 and then one more 4. So the output generated will be 44 is not divisible by 3. So output is n, and remainder is equal to 2. So it will reach to the state Q2. Now with if the machine is in the state Q1, and if the symbols that are generated are 258, then maybe your number is 45 or 78. Then mm, it is divisible by 3, and then it will go to the initial state as Q0 because it is divisible by 3. Okay, any doubt in this? Now everything is done with Q1. Yeah, assume that you are in the state Q2. In the state Q2, if there is any symbol 0369, so the number will be, I think, 26. So 26 divided by 3, remainder is 2. So it will remain in the same state. Now you assume that the number is 21. For 21, if you start from here with 21, it will, with 2 it will reach here, with 1 it should go to the state Q0. So with 147 it will go back to Q0. Now suppose your number is 22, then with 2 it will reach here, with one more 2 it will go to the state Q1, because 22 divided by 3 is remainder is 1. Okay. Now for Q2 also all the transitions are done. For Q1 all the transitions are done. QS all the transitions are done. So verify your answer and check that whether all the transitions are over. And now the diagram is complete. Okay. So so now once you draw the diagram, after that you have to verify your answer, because always this designing is a trial and error method. Designing is a trial and error method, and there is no guarantee that the design is correct in one shot. So you will have to keep on verifying whether you take the correct input and a wrong input, reject input, and you go on checking that whether your diagram is correct or not. And if it is correct, just ensure and then stop. Otherwise, you will have to modify it. And again, because some of the transitions will be missing transitions that you can identify, and you can verify your output. This particular step the students are not doing properly. They just do it whatever is logic and draw the diagram, but they don't verify the answer, and then it is a problem, and then it is a partially correct answer, and you get only 2-3 marks out of 10. Okay, so please don't be lazy. Always you verify your answer. Okay, so I'm verifying the answer with this many input. Suppose my number is 36, so I'll start from here 3 with machine is here with 3 6 and 36 is divisible except, so it will accept the input, and it's in the final step. Okay, suppose it is 15, so with 1 it is going here, and with 5 it is going here, so 15 again reaching to the final state, remainder 0. For 27 with 2 it is going here, 20 and 7, it's correct. 438, so with 4, then 3, and then 8, it is reaching to the final state. Then 861, 8, 6, and with 1 it will go here, and it is a final state. Or with 444, 4, then 4, and then one more 4, it is going to the state Q0. Okay, so it is accepting this input, and the answer it should go like all these numbers are divisible by 3, so it should go to the state Q0. But for rejecting input kind of thing, this is also very important, because when I correct the paper, I always take a string which is rejected by the machine. And you design, students most of the time they design, if their design is wrong, the rejected input is accepted by the machine. So I have to correct the paper, and so many designs are there. So how to correct the paper? The easy method is that I take some rejected string and I try, and if the machine is accepting it, it is a wrong answer. Okay, so I'll take the number as Q 13. 13 divided by 3, remainder is 1. So it should be there in the state Q1. Okay, so so with 1 it is going here, and with 3 it is remaining in the state Q1. So this is correct. My transitions are correct with 1 and 3. Okay, now I'm taking the number 59. So 5 and 9. So the remainder is 2. With 44, with 4 here, and with one more 4, it is in the state Q2. With 6, it is going here, 86. So with 8 here in Q2, and with one more 6, it is here in Q2. So 686 also Q2, remainder 2, and the output generated is equal to capital N. Okay, so we'll take the last, this 359. So suppose you are start from here with 3 here, then with 5 it will go to Q2, and then with 9 it is remaining in the state Q2. So the remainder is 2 here. Okay, so this way you draw the diagram. So in the exam you will draw the diagram first, and then once your diagram is ready, you can easily convert it into the table. Okay, you can easily convert it into table. In the table, transition table, because FSM has two machines, two functions, machine function and state function. So you have to draw two different tables. So machine function is S into I is equal to O. So that means that these are your states, this is your input, and this answer is O. Okay, output symbol. So you just write down all the states. Like now by looking at the diagram, you create the table. So look at the diagram. How many states are there? There are 4 states: QS, Q0, Q1, Q2. So write down all the states here. Okay, in both the tables, you are writing the states here: Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3, or QS to Q1, Q2. All the states here. and then you write down what is your input. Input is because this all these input, four inputs, they behave in the same manner. We have grouped together 0369. Otherwise, every you can even write here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 0 to 9 separately. But this all four are behaving in the same manner. These three are behaving in the same manner. So I have grouped them together. So I'm writing here the input 0369, or if the input 147, or if the input 258. So for QS with then now by looking at the diagram, QS with 0369, it is reaching here. So here in the state function, your output state is Q0. So write Q0 here, and the output generated is Y because it is reaching to the final state. Okay, so similar to this in QS, if 147 is there, so QS with 147, it is going to the state Q1, and QS with 147, the output symbol generated is no because remainder is 1. Okay, then QS with 258, remainder is 2, so output is N and machine is in the state Q2. So like this, you will have to draw the diagram. Now we'll try with Q2 state. Okay, look at the Q2 state. In Q2, you have to just see only the outgoing transitions. So Q2 with 0369 is output is N because it is in the state Q2. So Q2 with 0369, the next state is Q2 and the output generated is N. So I think you have understood this. Have you understood this transition table, creation of transition table from transition diagram? Okay, and then okay, then so then we complete this. Now there are only 15 minutes are left. So I feel that we should solve the quiz. I'm giving you the time to solve the quiz. Okay, so let's have a recap before that. The basic machine is a machine which is just a mapping function which maps your input to output. Okay, it is just a function, mapping function, which gets the input and gives the output. Like in your C language program, you write a function which takes the parameter as input and it generates the output. Okay, suppose it is a function of calculation of square of a number. It takes the input as a number and it gives you the output as a square of a number. So the example of this machine is a logic gate such as OR gate, and here for 0 1 or 1 0, it is giving the output as 1. So it is just a mapping function. Okay, and machine is having only I and O, and you uh, represent that in the form of a transition table with a machine function. Okay, whereas finite state machine consists of I, O, and S, input, output, and set of symbols, and it has two functions, machine function and state function. Okay, now um, can anyone tell me, Atish, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell me from this slide what you have to remember when you are saying the term as finite state machine? It's okay if you have not understood, you can just tell me that, ma'am, I have not understood or I don't remember. Okay, I don't mind, but you have to answer something.
Yes, ma'am. I don't remember.
Just see the slide here. When we say any machine, finite state machine or basic machine, I mean the
Yes.
finite state machine or push down machine or Turing machine, we have to remember that machine contains an input tape. What is meant by input tape? Can you remember that? Can you recollect what is input tape? Input tape is just an input device. Like right now we have hard disk or our RAM or pen drive where the data is stored. Okay, so and CPU access the data, but actually in digital computer we have the RAM and CPU access your instruction or data from read-only memory, random access memory. Okay, so similar to that in the previous machines, we assume that here the input tape is there and your input is stored onto the tape, and these are the cells. These are the cells. One cell contain one bit of information. So my string is ending with 1 1. Okay, in this case. So my string is 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 1 1, which is to be processed by my machine. So my input is stored onto the input tape, and this is a particular cell. Cell contain one bit of information. Okay. So any doubt in this? What you have to remember? If you say machine means it contains, it has an input tape which is infinite tape, means we can go on storing any big string on the tape. Plus you need to remember that there is a read head which reads the symbol, and at the same time machine is in one particular state such as Q0. Okay. Um, Okay, well, then you need to remember that there are state transitions. Don't understand about. Don't try to understand this particular diagram. Just remember that there is an input tape. There is an input tape, and the symbol is stored. After reading the symbol, read head by default goes to right. Read head cannot go to the left side. The limitation of FSM is that read head cannot go to the left side. It always go to the right side like this. And the states are transited. Means machine may be this this is the active state which is shown in this particular color. So if the machine currently machine is in the Q1 state and it is ready to read the symbol 1, but as per the diagram, with after reading 1 it will go to the state Q2. That's what I want to say here. So with 1 it will go to the Q2, and this is the active state. Okay, so this particular thing is that uh, machine means the input tape where input symbols are stored. There can be output tape where output symbols are also stored. Read it can read the data. After reading, by default it goes to write, and the state can be changed. Now this is the active state with 0. This is the active state 0, like this. Okay. Now there are some doubts from the students. Anyone? Sudhir Tripathi doubt. Sudhir, what is your doubt? Why are we adding the reminders? Can you unmute or start your video?
Hello, ma'am.
Ah,
Ma'am, I understood it.
you understood why?
Basically, we are designing the machine to know whether the number is divisible by 3 or not. So when we keep adding the reminders according to digits, the final state we get, if it is 0, or if the final state is divisible by 3, then our machine says that the number is divisible by 3.
Yeah. Um, like here. Like here, if it is a single digit number, then too we will not consider anything. With directly it will show with this QS state only. But if it is a two digit number or four digit number, then your number will be this is the mathematics, and some magic is there. Like if your number is 448. So that's why we have to consider this remainder also. That with 4 it is going here, and with 8 it should go to the state Q0, because here the remainder is 0. Okay, so 48 is divisible by 3. So 4. So because we are considering 2 digit, 3 digit, 4 digit, or 10 digit number. So the same design will work for that. Okay, so that's why. Okay, now I'm giving you the time to solve the quiz. So you go to the classroom and solve the quiz. Is it okay, or you're not comfortable solving the quiz right now? Okay. Okay, you give me the answers like yesterday's lecture. Hello. You give me the answers like yesterday's lecture in the chat. Basic machine is a basic machine is a mapping function, correct? Now the second question, don't go ahead. Basic machine has B is for what? Now we are in the second question. Basic machine has No, this is not answer. B, C, MAF, correct. Basic machine has MAF. This is the right answer. Okay, now the next one. Now the third question. Basic machine example is basic machine is the example of. I'll just repeat. I'm not understanding what you are writing. Basic machine. First question answer is basic machine is a mapping function. Basic machine has only machine function MAF. Now the third question. Basic machine example is. Solve the third question right now. Write down the answer. Solve the third question. Basic machine is example of not all. AND gate. Correct. Only AND gate. Adder means addition of two numbers which is not possible by basic machine. Or multiplication of two numbers is not possible by basic machine. So the answer is AND gate. Okay. Now the next one. Finite state machine has. Next question. Finite state machine has. Okay. Now finite state. Then this question. Finite state machine. Fourth question. Yes. MAF and STF both. Answer is C. Both. Okay, now the next question is finite state machine working can be represented by finite state machine ka working is represented by state transition table. Here there is a checkbox. So there are multiple options. A and C, correct. Finite state machine can be represented by a transition table and transition diagram. Now this is the next question. Finite state. See for the text. This next question is your answer in one word. For this one word, you just write down the answer, and I'll correct it manually. Even if your answer is correct, it may say that because this is automated testing, it may say that your answer is wrong. But I'll correct this your answers manually for text kind of answers. Okay. Now this question: finite state machine MF equation uses. Equation is x and symbols. Write down the MAF equation for FSM. Here you have to write down the equation of MAF. Yes, correct. MAF is S into I is equal to O, means you are understanding. Now STF. STF. STF is S into I is equal to S, correct. Because it shows you the state function. Now the next question is. Okay, this is the correct answer. Finite state machine, what is the meaning of the set I, O and S? What do you mean by I? What do you mean by O? And what do you mean by S? Okay, that is correct, Mayur. Sannath is saying I is for input, O is for output, and S is for state. Correct. What are the examples of finite state machine? Is OR gate as an example of finite state machine? OR gate? No. OR gate is not example of finite state machine. Matlab, it can solve whatever the basic machine solves, or finite state machine can also solve divisibility by 3. But multiplier is not the answer. With finite state machine, we cannot multiply the number. So the um, answer is 1, 2, and 3. So A, B, and D. Multiplication is not possible by finite state machine. So ABC is not a correct answer. ABD is a correct answer, or BD is a correct answer. Anything. Okay. Here the answer is multiplication is not possible by finite state machine. Divisibility by 3 is possible. Addition is possible, and OR gate is also possible. Now, how do we represent final state in finite state machine? Double circle, correct. Okay, so you are clever and intelligent class. Okay, now it's already 9:58. So see you in the next lecture. with one more problem. And like, see this particular problem, so I draw it on the blackboard and I keep on asking the students that what is the next transition. They give me the answer and then I draw the diagram. Okay, I don't draw the diagram myself on the board when I teach it the subject using blackboard. I ask the students what is the transition here. If the state is Q0, what the input is 3, then what will be the next state? That's why I ask the students. Students answer me, and it is a full of interactive class, and it is a fun taking class during using Blackboard. So. So that's why it is difficult for me. So you can tell me about any suggestions that we, how I can improve the lectures. Okay. Quiz, if it is not assigned, then I'll assign. I think I have not assigned the quiz. I'll assign the quiz. You solve it by today. Okay, today afternoon. Is it okay? 4 o'clock. Okay, thank you. Bye. See you.